Hey, what's going on, guys? So a while back, I went to New to Us and did a great video, or at least a fun video for me, about a whole bunch of Game Gear games. I just bought like a huge lot of Game Gear games for my Game Gear, which is a console that I normally don't get to play. I didn't really have any games, and something very similar has happened. So a long time ago, I got a 3DO at a thrift store for very cheap, but I've had no games for it. In fact, I didn't even have a controller for it. I just kind of picked it up because I was like, you know, the 3DO is interesting. I didn't grow up with it. Full motion video games seem very strange, and there's a lot of them for the console. In fact, the majority of them are full motion video games. But quickly I learned one thing, and that is that, well, these games are not cheap, not cheap at all. But I went to New to Us because I got a call from the owner and they got a huge influx of 3DO games. So I decided to get with them. We worked a pretty decent deal, and I can't wait to check out these 3DO games. I think they're going to be really, really cool. This is future me. I've played the games. The Panasonic 3DO, for those of you uninitiated or maybe just don't know, is a console that kind of came out of this craze of full motion video games. I mean, almost every game on here is some kind of digitized, like, kind of picture artwork. Think like Mortal Kombat, but maybe not as good, or maybe just like an active movie, interactive movie, that is. One thing I do want to show here is the 3DO has a title screen that literally says, "Welcome to the real world," and let's just see how real this world is. So the first game I want to talk about is a game called Shockwave. It is a kind of cockpit first-person shooter pilot game where you have to kill a bunch of aliens that have landed on Earth or whatever. So you'll notice with a lot of these games I'm going to be talking about today, they usually start out with or are consisting entirely of this like movie. Like a lot of it is just cutscene. I do want to point out that how like this lady kind of is smiling a little bit, like they didn't want to do a second take. I don't know. It's this always stood out as a little weird to me. But in this game, you are a pilot and you are flying around the desert, and you have to kill these very rudimentary polygonal aliens. Now, you have lasers, you have missiles, you have an acceleration. I'll tell you though, like, so this isn't going to be very impressive probably to anyone watching this right now, but I will say in general, for the time, this was pretty damn cool. That said, this game is not that great. I mean, I'm not saying it's like horrible, but it's you know, there's definitely gonna be some worse stuff you're gonna see on this video. But this game, there's way better space shooters for the console. I will say, I personally, and this isn't even me like joking, like I personally like how when you blow something up, it has like a real like JPEG ass explosion on top of, you know, like the 3D model of whatever's happening. Now, the weird thing about this game, if an alien shoots at you and you kill it before the shot gets to you, the shot disappears. I don't know if that's like a memory thing, but you know, hey, I tell you what, it doesn't get much better from here. Now I want to go over Immortal Warriors. I will say, actually, I had zero hopes for this, but then I had really high hopes for this, because it says that it was done in production with the Shaw Brothers. Now, I am personally a big movie collector, and I love martial arts movies, and the Shaw Brothers are like some of my favorite movies, so I got super duper excited when I saw this. However, this game leaves a lot to be desired. Here, check out this quick scene here from the beginning.
My. Kai, how you aged.
And you, thank to, ferocious as ever.
More so. With a fierce group of warlords from across the world. I've come for the other half of this mask.
The mask?
He who controls the full mask controls the world. I want the half that you hold.
Thang too, if I had it, wouldn't I give it to you?
When When the shadow comes full circle, if Kai has not delivered the mask, I'll put every human heart on a stake. Yours, I feed to my warlords.
Ah, we've been waiting for you. I assume you brought the other half of the mask? Quickly, come with me.
So before I go too hard into this game, I will say that this game is an extreme challenge. I am horrible at it. In fact, I don't know why, but my neighbor Chris ended up being pretty good at it. So for all the rest of the gameplay, it will be him playing and not me. But what is the gameplay like? Well, it is the weirdest bit of like full motion video that is pre-recorded, and they kind of tell you to punch, kick, or block depending on direction and what they're doing. And I tell you what, it works maybe 30% of the time. I think the timing maybe on the game is off, or they're just lying to you. I have no idea. I will say that it is absolutely hilarious how like when you hit them, it just hard cuts to like them being hit. Like check this out.
I'm just getting warmed up. Come!
It's the abruptness that gets me. I don't know. But this game is damn near impossible. There are like 4 huge challenges, each one consisting of 3 bad guys. And Chris was able to beat like 6 of them. But you get power-ups when you beat them, kind of like Mega Man, but they're like very like low use. Like you get to use them 3 times. And so I assume you're supposed to be saving them all for the final boss. But I'm not going to lie, you can't get to the final boss in this game. This is a game that is just damn near impossible. But I don't know, man. It's it can only go up from here, right? Like I think. So Demolition Man, I was actually extremely excited about. This game is one of the more expensive ones, and in a realm of expensive games, that's saying something. But this one is based off the movie and actually has Sylvester Stallone in it, which is pretty damn cool. So far, I didn't get too far because it's a little rough with a controller. It's kind of, the beginning anyway, is like a first-person light gun shooter. And if you know, you know, but if for those who don't know, a light gun for this system costs like $200. So, yeah, I ain't doing that. I will say that as of recording this, I did borrow a friend of mine had a light gun, and this game plays extremely good with it. But I do know that after this, there's like some more platforming stuff. But when I made this recording, I did not get that far. I was just kind of doing the light gun parts. And like I said, kind of hard with the controller because the D-pad moves your kind of reticle. But, this one is pretty neat. It reminds me of like that Area 51 game in the arcades. On the whole, this game is kind of turning it around for me. My God. So this game is called Mercenary. I guess it's like immersing yourself in this world and being a mercenary. I don't know. It starts off with another extremely long cutscene that I'm not going to bore you with all the way, but the game itself is kind of a first-person shooter. Apparently, like, the overall plot is, like, in the future, our children's children will be enslaved by something or other, and you have to join this battle. I don't know. They send you in the future to go through the mercenary world of a mercenary, which is a lot like Reboot, if you remember that show from Cartoon Network. And you have to, like, just kill other stuff. You have like a ranking system, like you start out rank like 200 something, and as you kill other players or whatever this world is, it goes like down and down. We played this game for like a good 30 minutes and realized that there was just nothing remarkable about it. Granted, at the time, maybe this was something worth talking about, but I would prefer the sprite-based first-person shooters like Doom or Wolfenstein, because this is definitely not it. Oh man, Jurassic Park. I was pumped because the Jurassic Park games are very sporadic, and this game was called Jurassic Park Interactive, and at first I thought I was going to be disappointed because it seemed like a point-and-click adventure. And it kind of is. But first off, I just look at these actors they got to play the roles of the characters from the movie. It's like they're close, but no cigar. They're so close. The kind of Dr. Grant's pretty far, but regardless, basically the main point of this game is to get everyone from wherever they're at to the helipad. And by doing that, you have to go to the map, click a person, direct them where to go, and like slowly, I guess, work your way down there. And by working your way down there, it's mini games. And, you know, the first mini game was driving the car, like in the movie from the T-Rex. And it was very easy, like very, very easy. But then we had to get rid of the those spitting dinosaurs, like the ones that kill the nerdy guy. And at first I was like, okay, this is not a big deal. You're just going through, kind of zapping them, until you start killing them, and like the JPEG of the dinosaur just like spins away. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to this game, but it. At first, it seemed kind of like moderately funny, and then it got really funny. But as far as like a game is concerned, like, is this the game that defines the movie? No, not even close. It's an interesting oddity, but that's kind of all I gotta say about this one. So this was the game I was hoping they would be like my Doom, my Wolfenstein, a really cool first-person shooter, and it may be, but gosh, the beginning does not give a lot to be desired. I will say, I mean, like, look at this art, right? I mean, this is like some crazy, like, Killer Clowns meets Spawn art, right? So I'm like, man, this is gonna be it. And you start off the game, it's this big, once again, 1 million minute cutscene where apparently your professor from college talked about some kind of immortality thing, and I tracked it down to this island, whatever, let's go. And so you're, I guess, like an archaeologist, but you're just running around with this handgun. And at first I'm like, man, when are we gonna jump into the monsters and stuff? And then I see a duck. I'm like, what's this duck doing? Can I kill the duck? And you can kill the duck. Violently, obviously. So I was like, man, all right. So, Doom has demons from hell. Wolfenstein has Nazis. What's going to go on here? And after the duck, you start seeing hunters, presumably minding their own business until they aren't. And then they also die quite violently. I will say, like, I'm intrigued with this game. I'm going to go back and play more of this game, but for the sake of this video, like I said, I'm kind of churning through these things. We got stuck here because we found the building you're supposed to go to, and a ghost comes out and says something along the lines of, like, you need an invitation to go any further. And we went back out and killed like 30 more hunters, and no one had this invitation. So I need to look this one up, but so far, maybe, but I don't know. It's weird that I'm killing like literally Hunter Bill, when the cover art really kind of made it seem like I was going to be killing, something more legitimate. Okay, so I had to give this game a shake because the idea of an RPG on this console intrigued the hell out of me. I will say that this game is completely 1000% bog standard. Graphically, it looks horrible, but I'm kind of wanting to give that a pass because of the time and, like 3D graphics were new. But it is so standard. I mean, you literally go on a battlefield and it's any tactical RPG. Your Fire Emblems, whatever. That's what it is. You can move, and then you attack, then you get attacked, and your enemies move. I mean, there is nothing special about this game. And like I said, with the graphics the way they are, I really don't want to give this any more time because it's kind of disgusting to look at. So this game also really interested me until I started playing it, and that is Hell, a cyberpunk story. You can be this girl or this guy, and they get attacked by these people, and you fight back in like the most violent way possible. And I was like, okay, like I like where this is going, I think. I mean, the questionable graphics aside, like pretty cool. And then the actual game starts, and it is a point-and-click adventure, and, I may piss off some people with this hot take, maybe, but I don't do point-and-click adventures. They are, to me, boring, like, not fun at all. I'm not trying to, I want to play a game, I want to play a game, you know. And so once again, we didn't really give this one the time of day because we have one more game to talk about. And this game, this game. Shadow War of Succession. When I looked at the back of this box, I knew I was going to be in for a treat. It looks like Mortal Kombat. It's designed like Mortal Kombat. It plays like absolute garbage. Each character has like 2 special moves. The hitboxes are random at best. You jump at the speed of sound. And everyone's moves, you get a teleport and like some kind of projectile. That's kind of it. It is impossible to play. So here's the funny thing. Right now, we're playing on like intermediate, like to just kind of like, okay, it's easy. Let's go. We could not beat one guy on intermediate. Like, and it's not because like intermediate, the players were doing anything crazy. It's just so horribly inconsistent. I can't even fathom how you could think this was a complete game. But for the sake of this video and as a treat to you all, I'm going to end this clip, and this is the last video game that I got. So this will be my final 3DO treat for you, and that is me putting the AI on the hardest difficulty. I think it's advanced. Enjoy.
I killed you once, I'll kill you again!
So those are the 3DO games that I got. What did you guys think? Have you ever played a 3DO? I mean, like, it is a relic of a bygone era. I mean, full motion video really, like, at some point somebody thought that was the future and they hedged it all on it, and that company was apparently Panasonic. But hey, like I said, let me know what you guys think down below. I have more full motion video games for the Sega CD. If you guys are interested, I could do a video on those. Definitely be easier to record. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that or any of the games we talked about today. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe or leave a like or a comment or whatever. But as always, my friends, take it easy.